good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are in this lovely world. Happy to see everybody here. As we get started today and everyone is popping on, let me see here, make sure, yep, we are good. Just doing some background, making sure that I can see everybody's comments, because coming with questions is always very important. So coming over here to my phone to take a quick gander, and I should turn the volume down so we don't have feedback, right? There we go. All right, so please, hello. Say hello if you are here. I'll be able to see if I can see it on my computer, if I need to look down onto my phone. And let us know what you are most excited about for this transmission today. And I say that because, yes, I'm talking about the Elite Empress, but I'm also talking about being badass. And there's like a correlation there. So when I refer to the Elite Empress, that is literally what the universe has showed me when a woman completely owns all of her power. That includes her badassery. And I like the word badassery because it has positive and negative connotations. And it's very important, this duality of feminine and masculine, okay? So a lot in my work speaks about the feminine receiving, but here's the thing: to embody your full badass, that's embodying like the shadow parts of yourself. That is going above and beyond the, oh, love and light, I'm just going to show the world my gift. It's like, no, really, this is me, the raw 110%, everything that I've been taught or labeled as good or bad. Like, I am 110% here. This is my roar in the universe. Okay. And that, when people embody that, is when massive success is seen. I met with the gallery this week, which is the channel style transmission group, and that we're going to be doing today, this channeled style. And their question had been around smashing goals. And hello, good morning, Carolee. Good morning, Marianne. I can see you on my phone. Good morning, anyone else? Please say hi. Oh, wow, Marianne, you're up really, really early. Thank you. So happy for you to be here and grateful for everybody's attendance. So this whole notion of smashing goals, the universe, when it came through in the transmission this week, was all about owning your power. And so I was guided by the universe to do this extra transmission. Owning all parts of yourself is the Elite Empress. And that is when you smash goals that are business related and not business related. Because the wonderful thing, good morning, Denise, that the universe likes to touch on is like, business is life and life is business. And yes, we have great how do you call it, like boundaries, so that life and business doesn't constantly spill over to each other. But when you embrace that Elite Empress, like, you're going to smash all your business goals. You're going to see the clients, you're going to see the money, you're going to see the manifestations, you're going to see the perfect health, you're going to see the perfect mate, the ease in making family, the relationships that you have been asking for, family, friends, partnerships, like all just coming in. So that's what the universe wanted to speak to you about today. And we're going to get into that here in a minute. Just giving more people time to jump on and drinking my water, as I talk so much throughout the day and work out a lot. So water is essential and is essential to life. So there you go. But it's essential to the throat. So what we're doing today is a direct channel. This is where you get to hear directly from the universe. I define the universe as God, goddess, angel, spirit guide, Buddha, like whomever that you feel that connection to, that all-loving being, that's the universe. Okay, and I'm not going to dive into the different subtleties. Yes, there are different subtleties and energies, but this is about, hey, Marta, your biggest fan. Mwah. Kisses, and kisses to you all, by the way, because I see the badass and I see the Elite Empress in you, and I know it is there. And I know that because that's just part of my special sauce of being able to dive in and see that. So with this transmission, you're going to be hearing directly from the universe. And it's just, I love it. Marianne yesterday said, oh, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Yes, it is. So if you can't keep up with writing notes, that is fine. I'm going to leave this video on here so you can come back to it and even take it 5-minute chunks at a time. Like literally totally cool. And review it. Questions. We'll dive into questions. So right after the transmission, so you'll get like a shorter, compact transmission. The ones in the gallery. So the galleries where there's a consistent audience that gets to receive these types of transmissions, and it's usually about 30 minutes long, and then about 30 minutes Q&A, just because of the size, and now that the individuals are interacting more, getting to know each other, very comfortable with asking any question. And then 2 weeks later, we do a literal Q&A session where each individual has time, like FaceTime with the universe, and can ask any questions. Typically, it's around what had been downloaded because they have an in-between week to like really sink into the energies. So what we're going to be doing today for Q&A is just clarification on anything that the universe is saying today. So just side note to that. So happy to see everybody here. And honestly, I'm not exactly sure what the universe is planning to say, because they've kind of put up a little smoke screen, so this is going to be fun for me too. All right, everyone, just relax, take a deep breath. We'd like to welcome everyone for being here with us today. And what we want to say around this concept that Amanda speaks about with the Elite Empress is this really is about owning all of your divine power natures. So we often talk about how when you come down to this earth, you make this plan before you come in. Yes, we can help you with that plan and help you get to the fastest, easiest way to whatever your desire is. But what we want to say is that you don't, there's almost what we want to call a cheat to it. And this cheat to it is embracing all parts of yourself. So this is what Amanda is speaking to when she talks about embracing all of your power and all of what you think as good or bad. By the way, we don't see good or bad. Good or bad are human labels that come from things that when you, these are really deep in you with childhood experiences with parents, experiences especially with teachers, experience with other kids, when you have learned guilt or shame. Guilt or shame are very human things. They are not already in you or encoded into you. That is not from the divine. So when you come down here, you have your soul that lands fully into your beautiful human body, but you also have a part that's tethered into the above. And this above is the divine. When we say divine, we talk about the universe, and we talk about the universe in terms as Amanda speaks about the universe as well, because that's what we have given her to speak about. And so what we want to say is you actually have this tap. You actually already really know where your divine power is, and you know without any sort of things such as guilt or shame or any of the other humanness that keeps you down. So that is one of the things that we want to speak into today, is there's nothing wrong with feeling guilt or shame, and there's nothing wrong with not wanting to fully dive into all parts of you, or to run away from parts of you that bring up guilt or shame or bad feelings, because that was not yours ever to take on. That was items that other humans all well-being, they meant well, but each human just plays out their own pre-recorded script. If they have, it's like a record that goes over and over, it's recorded, and they play out this pre-recorded script. But you here, by being here today, you are what you call more awakened, you are more aware, and so you can take the needle off the record, and you can stop the script. And so by stopping the script, you get to do things like allow all of your power in. And when you allow all of your power in, what Amanda refers to as your elite divine self, your elite empress, is that you have a surge. It's if you think about things like dynamite, they have to have a fuse, and the fuse gets to all of the good stuff that explodes. And we say explode in a good way. We don't say explode like exploding a building or exploding a mountainside, but to explode all of your wonderful light and all of your wonderful vibrational being, because we want you to let you know that there is nothing to be guilty or ashamed about. In fact, all parts of you are so beautiful. You are already whole, healthy, and complete, and there is nothing about you that is broken, and there is nothing about you that needs fixed. And what we want to talk about is that when you get into this part of yourself that is the part that can fully explode out and show all bits and beings of you to the entire world, oh, it is so beautiful. And that is when you see that success. In fact, you don't have to necessarily see, we do love goals, and we do love things like dream boards and focus wheels, but we want to say that you don't need them. In fact, you don't even really need us, nor do you need anybody outside of your own divine connection with the universe and with the map that you already made that you want to play out that when you came down here on Earth. And so by completely getting into all of your power, you have more of a direct connection. In fact, that is one of the things Amanda hears a lot from her clients, is how they feel more intuitive and they start being able to make decisions on their own with their own intuition. And that is exactly what our goal of working with you and having Amanda and other such beings, helpful light beings working with you, is so that you can tap more into that already innate divine knowingness, because you are already connected. So now you're practical, probably thinking, okay, that's great. You just want me to tap into my power. And yes, you've talked about, oh, the guilt and the shame, but how do I actually do that? How does it actually look real? So the first thing we want to say to you is just take a deep breath right now. Take a very deep breath and come back to the center of who you are. Yes, there are many different things that you can do in daily life. There are many other helpful people and different modalities and helpful things that you can do. And in this time and space, we do not have enough to list all of them, but some of them we already know that you already do. We know that you, by being here today, already have an intuitive sense of yourself. You, by being here today, are already open to receiving other things like messages. You here today already know that all of this, all of this is already inside of you. And so what we want to say is, yes, you can do things like meditation. Yes, you can do things like going and seeing helpful people like doctors or psychologists or life coaches, energy work, or like the aligned access treatments that Amanda does, or anything of those, okay? But today, this is really about your inner being. So please know that because we're not speaking about those things does not mean they are not important. Absolutely, they are important. That is just beyond the scope of what we want to speak to you today about. So each of you, think of yourself as the divine incarnation of royalty here on earth, because we want to let you know that that is exactly what you are. You are so much more powerful than you know. And so much of this power comes from doing things like letting go, receiving, and allowing. Write that down, letting go, receiving, and allowing. In fact, it is so easy. We just want to let you know that the human brain makes it so much harder than it needs to be. Everything is very, very easy. And so go back to let go, allow, receive. Let go, allow, receive. And as we said before, there are many modalities that you can access to let go and to allow and receive, but we really want to get back into your inner being of your divine soul here today. Touching back on your divine soul. We're going to give you, we call this homework, but this is good homework because this is going to be a quick and painless, we know that you like these painless, way to access your Elite Empress as a shortcut. So this is accessing all of your power. So take a piece of paper and literally write down everything, and you don't do it right now because then you would miss out so much on this. So afterwards, this is what we want you to do, is write down everything that you feel guilt, shame, or bad about through all parts of your life. So maybe you want to categorize this as childhood, teenage years, adult years, which of course you can do by decades. It's whatever makes the most sense to you. And then let that sit for a day, and then you're going to go even deeper. And the concepts that you wrote down that you feel guilt, shame, or bad about, look at those words and say, what makes me feel guilt, shame, or bad about that? At the same time, what we invite you to do is take another piece of paper, and at the same time, write down where all of your excitement is, where all of your fun is, where all of your joy is, where all of your super excited things are. So this could be what you bring to this world, what you bring to your family. This could be something that has to do with your business. This could be something about compliments that you have received from well-meaning people throughout the earth that you feel like are aligned with who you are. So just do the same thing and break it down by childhood, teenage years, adult years, which you can do by decade, and then let that one sit for a day. And then we ask you that to come back to it the next day and go even deeper. So each of those concepts that you have written down that you feel joyful, fun, happy, and completely you about, go even deeper and ask yourself, tell me more. And so we say, what this really does is breaking down for you to see the contrast. That this shows you the very parts of yourself that you feel as light and dark. And we want to let you know that this might feel intense. Intense is fine. Intense is fine. Intense is not hard. Please, we want you to change that idea that intense is hard around. So once you have all of these written down, we say to you, this is about allowing yourself to see and to welcome in all of those parts of yourself. This isn't about turning anything away or pushing anything away or saying, oh, love and light that away. This is about looking at all of you as a whole person. You think of the yin and yang, you think of the masculine and feminine. There's balance, but there is constantly this going on. Okay, there's constantly spinning, there's constantly movement. If there was not constant or movement, everything would just cease, and in which case we wouldn't be having this conversation. So we want to let you know that diving into all of those answers, ask each one of them to tell you more and to tell you more and to dive in and to truly own them, because when you truly own each bit of yourself and you can bring that all to the surface and then show that to the world, that is when you have that power. That is when you say, this is truly who I am, and this is truly what I want everyone to see. And this can be simple things like, Amanda often curses like a sailor, and helpful people in the past used to tell her, oh, don't do that, you will turn clients away. But she has found that as she lets herself do things like, maybe not curse like a sailor in public all the time, but allows herself to be that true, authentic self around her, that is a place of power for her. And a place of power for you might be a little bit different. It might not be around cursing. It might be around things like, what's another? Amanda has dark humor. This is one she doesn't like us speaking about very often, but Amanda has dark humor as well. And so we want to let you know that if you have dark humor too, it's not that you have to show it to the world, but you have to claim it and let yourself be fully authentic with it, which is maybe you'll let certain dark humors out at certain times, and will make your audience giggle, and will make your audience feel very connected to you as a person. Because when you're in your full power, not only are you shining your light out into the entire world like a lighthouse guiding all of the ships home, but people also feel you as a real person. They don't feel that vibration of, oh, they're hiding something under there. But, and the thing is, they don't know what you're hiding. So that is where a lot of the success doesn't happen, when people aren't getting a vibration from you as something is hidden or buried or deep or being ignored. When you are full out there with your full light, being your full self, people see you just as a person that they so desperately want to be themselves. And so that is where this power, this total elite empress self, allowing all of that to the future, to the surface, is when people start flocking to you. So whether it is for more clients, more money, more business success, maybe more networks, maybe that soulmate, maybe anything else that you want to bring in, and that can manifest so instantly then when you are in full alignment with all of your true self, the good parts, the bad parts, and that we say is where your elite empress self is. And we'll take questions now. And I'm going to take a drink of water and look over here. Apparently I get to see the comments on my phone, and there's a little bit of a delay. So yeah, a little bit like drinking from a fire hose. All right, here's my phone looking at the comments. Hello, good morning, Mary Ann. Good morning, Marta. Hello, Clara. Yeah, Carla, like this, you're right, the smoke screen, right? This is about clearing any fog, parting the trees, parting the river, parting the sea. And as you fully allow all of that in, it's like the magic just happens. Because the magic is you. Like, that's the whole point, is the magic really is just you. So please type in the comments any questions you have, any feedback, or any ahas that have come to mind as I've been speaking. The universe has been speaking, and I've been sitting back there. The very interesting thing that I love about what the universe is saying here to everybody is that this duality, and it's not necessarily just about the balance. Like, balance is great, right, with the feminine and the masculine, but there's also the everything has to be in movement. If something was like completely balanced within the masculine and feminine, there it would just like flop down, right? It's like a top. A top only stands up because it's spinning in motion. So it's really juicy. It's like that tension, right? But it's the good tension. It's like, so as a kid, I used to ice. I used to figure skate. I got up to like freestyle 2 and then dropped out. And ironically, my balance is so much better now because I'm constantly riding horses. Side story. But that's when you start to fall over, is when you're not going fast, or you're not, excuse me, not even not going fast. When you're just like barely starting out and barely, you're barely starting out, you're barely moving, and that's when things are wobbly. But when you start getting, right, you're moving your legs, you're moving those ice skates, that's when the balance really starts happening, because you're going like this, because you're in motion. Carla, let go, allow, and receive. So that would be allow. And please note, this is allow the divine. This is allow the universe, right? This isn't like allow people to walk over you. Like, we're going to keep this in context of the container that we are speaking to. Yes, like Marianne says, accepting all the parts and allowing them to show. And you can, even if you want to practically think about this, think about your own life, the mentors, coaches that you have followed, or the people that you've been attracted to, or the people that, make the money that you want to make. They will, A, really are badass, but B, when you really start to get to know them, yes, they're still professional, but as they've owned all of themselves and they use all of their experience and all of who they be as leverage to, show the way, they don't have to shout. It almost turns into a shout because of how powerful they are, but they're not like trying to shout. They're just speaking regularly into the megaphone, and because it's all their power, it's like whoosh, and just covers the entire world. Okay, and the thing is, you have this skill too. You have the ability to pull all of that together, to accept all of the parts of yourself, and not project it. Excuse me. Allow it to shine out from you. One of the things that the universe has heard a lot from women when we meet, one is, oh my gosh, I never told anyone else this before. And the universe says, yeah, I know, it's okay. And 2, I'm afraid of burning people with my bright light. That is where often people get tripped up in any success. Women, like, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt someone, or something bad's going to happen by fully being 110% me. When the paradigm shift that needs to occur is when I am fully 110% me, I do so much effing good in my life, the lives around me, the world, the ripple effect, and I'm allowing and receiving. That is where all of my success is. Marianne says, not easy to allow the guilt, shame, or bad stuff. Yes, and that's why the universe was saying, oh, hey, by the way, there are helpful tools for you in the practical everyday world for you to dive into that. And I really love the little homework. I haven't seen them give that one in a while, but it's about sitting with it, right? And then that's when you get to decide. This is the wonderful thing about human choice, is getting to decide, okay, well, is this something I need help with? Is this something that I need to cultivate? Is this something that I can, tap through? What do I need? And so that's the wonderful, beautiful thing about sovereign choice here, right? You are sovereign. And so let yourself make the choices. Like, that is one of the most powerful positions. You get to choose this beautiful choice. So, all right, as I'm waiting, let me know if there are any questions in the comments. And I just wanted to loop back around here before I look at the questions and we close. Well, not look at, but answer. So this direct style of transmission, I have been guided and have created and has been operating in the form of what I call the gallery. And that's where women get to meet twice a month with the universe, receive the downloads on a specific topic that they have been chosen by the gallery audience. The universe loves calling them the audience members and not like a program member. So that's all the universes speak. And then 2 weeks later, the women get to meet again with the universe and then actually have one-on-one time to ask the universe any questions related to the topic or anything else that has come up around that topic. And of course, if people can't be there live, it is on Zoom, so there's interaction. They can submit their questions beforehand, and then they have access to the videos for always. So I am just coming down here. I don't see any more questions. I will loop back around in case you're watching this on replay, or for some reason there's a lot of lag time and I haven't gotten into it yet. But please also know I'm opening up a few more spots in the gallery. The universe and I would love to have you join us and the women in this epic game-changing paradigm shift. If you would like to hear more about what the gallery can offer and what it can do specifically for you and your life and your business, let me know and I will send you some more information. Sending you all so much gratitude, so much thanks for being here today. And please know I can see the Elite Empress in every single one of you. She is there. She is ready for you to unleash all of your power into the world, into the universe, being all of who you be. From mine to yours. Thank you, and we'll speak again soon.